Oh, hello, friends. Welcome back to another product review with me, AVB. Today, we're going to be diving deep into Borrow Cash' latest announcement, a partnership with Mr. Brown to issue a very special Mr. Brrr NFT voucher, which has a 100% buyback guarantee. Before we dive deep, a really quick overview of the players involved. Borrow Cash is a lending protocol that is about to launch on Near Mainnet. We've made videos about them in the past. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I am a major fan of any and all lending platforms. I've got a humble stash of ST which is looking for a home because I would like to access liquidity. Borrow Cash is currently on beta. You can start accumulating some of the Bird tokens, and it seems like the audits are done and they will be launching on mainnet soon. Hence why they've launched this very special collaboration with Mr. Brown. If you aren't familiar with Mr. Brown, I strongly suggest you go check them out. It's one of my favorite NFT projects because of their originality. There is a really nice story that goes with it. They are visually unique, they're all hand drawn, and I just find it impossible not to support projects that aren't blatant copy pastes from projects on other blockchains. So, what could be better than having an amazing lending protocol and an amazing NFT project? Having a custom NFT made just for the launch. But hey, this is where things get interesting. I actually quite like two things. First is a collaboration between DeFi and NFTs, and second is the game theory. I love thinking about all the different input and variables and how things are going to interact out in the wild in a free market. So first, NFTs and DeFi. Up until now, both NFTs and DeFi have been growing a lot, but we're starting to see the composability and collaboration piece. So NFTs, some people may say, are running a bit out of steam. There's been a bit of a dip in the market, a bit of lack of originality in the collections being launched, some rug pulls. Long story short, one trend is clear. The NFT projects that are being successful are the ones that are having utilities. And whether the utility comes from within the project and they build their own products, or they start collaborating with other platforms in the ecosystem, I really like exploring that next frontier of how NFTs can harness the power of the communities that they've built towards more growth in the ecosystem. There are some early examples of collaborations, such as NFT projects staking on Paras, which I guess it's technically within the NFT space. There is also a proposal on the Ref Finance Governance Forum, which actually has a fair bit of heated and engaged conversation going on about adding Ref Finance rewards to Paras staking for several of these collections. So that's one to keep your eyes on. Of course, there is now the Borrow Cash and Mr. Brown partnership. So, enter Mr. Brrr. First of all, I want to give credit to the Borrow team. I like how they're starting to craft a brand and an identity. Meet Mr. Burr. Mr. Burr is a money-hungry groundhog at heart. Mr. Burr knows how borrowing and lending works better than anyone else. That is why he brought Borrow to Near, to show his fellow hogs, that's you and me, people, how money markets are done. For this special NFT voucher program, we present to you the Mr. Brownified version of Mr. Burr. How do you envision Mr. Burr would look? Nothing you could have imagined looks as good as this sexy, money-hungry beast. Oh my god, Mr. Burr really is quite a visually appealing and unique-looking character. And now, moving on to the specifics about the NFT drop and the aspect that I like the most about the game theory. Terms and conditions. There will only be a total of 140 Mr. Burr NFTs issued. So in point number one, we immediately know that this is a very exclusive collection, both for the standards of how many NFTs are normally issued in a collection and by the amount of users that I expect Borrow Cash to have and the TVL. Second, one Mr. Burr NFT equals 100 Burr tokens, which is a native token of Borrow. Now this is where things start getting really interesting, because this means that technically the Mr. Burr tokens are both liquid, they can be exchanged anytime, and they have an objective value because the Burr tokens will be freely tradable within a couple of weeks. 3rd. There will be 3 minting sessions, one every week, every Wednesday. We've got the dates here. It will take place in Paras. After minting, all the NFTs will be freely tradable. This is yet another aspect that I find really interesting, because now we have an objective price for the NFTs based on the value of the BURR token, but also the NFTs will be freely tradable on Paras. 5. After a 1-month trading period, each Mr. BURR NFT can be redeemed for 100 BURR by sending the NFTs to the BURR DAO, no matter the full price. So now we're starting to see 2 economic forces at play here. The first one is the price of the BURR token freely traded in the markets, which will give an objective price to the NFT. And the second one is the floor price for the NFT itself. And the final component, just to see how all these forces interact, is the NFT's redeem period lasts until the 31st of December 2022. So the first theory here would be that the user just wants to optimize how much dollar value they have. So in that case, all you have to do is just wait until December 31st to see the value of those 100 BURR tokens and see if it would be worth for you to burn your NFT in exchange for the tokens. However, given that the mint price is 5 NEAR and the current price of NEAR is between $10 and $11, that means that each NFT would be roughly $50 or $60. And if you can exchange your NFT for 100 BURR tokens, that would mean that the implied price of BURR would be somewhere between 50 and 60 cents. And now the question that I'd like to pose to you is, would you exchange a non-fungible token with a very exclusive limited issuance of only 140 for a fungible token, which may or may not have high dollar value? I personally wouldn't. And this really comes down to what are the drivers for price of each. The NFT does have an implied value with the BURR tokens, but to me, there's so much more to it because NFTs capture a moment in time. They're more like a timestamp for culture and momentum. I would personally hold on to my Mr. BURR NFT for a lifetime, just to feel special. And the logic compounds because if there are only 140 ever, and some of them do start getting issued and burned, then the issuance and the supply decreases over time. It does say that all verified NFT holders will be deemed an OG status in the borrow community. However, it'd be interesting to see how they do it because it may not be quite as special or significant as actually holding onto the NFT. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this game theory. Maybe you agree or disagree with me. I would personally not burn my Mr. BURR NFT, and I'm actually willing to pay a premium to buy one out in the market in Paras, assuming I'm not lucky enough to get one at time of minting. Now, if you are as excited as I am to get your hands on a Mr. BURR, here are all the details. These are the dates for every minting, every Wednesday for every 3 weeks. The 140 Mr. BURRs have the following distribution. There will be 90 non-whitelist minting. There will be 15 available for whitelist for the Borrow Discord. For the Borrow Discord, all you have to do is join using the link I'm giving you, and that will take you to the Discord server. Go over to the Mr. BURR NFT section, and there is a how to get whitelisted section. As you can see, there's a few options there, including an invitation competition. Please use my link. I want to win this one. You can also attend the Good Morning channel and be the most active in the general channel. You will also be able to see that I've been very busy talking to myself on the general channel, so maybe we can have a bit of a chat there. Next, there will be 20 Mr. BURRs allocated to Ref Finance. Ref Finance hasn't announced yet exactly what the distribution mechanism is going to be for the 20, so at this stage, I would just recommend following them and staying tuned. 5 will go to Paras. I couldn't find on the Paras Twitter any information on the criteria for doing so make sure that you follow them to stay up to date. And the remaining 10 will be 5 through Mr. Brown and 5 through Nearweek. Likewise, make sure that you follow them on social media. I will leave the Twitter handles below to stay up to date on how to be eligible for the drop. I hope you find this information useful. Let me know if you participate and if you end up getting a Mr. BURR, and we'll keep in touch. Take care.